Have you ever wondered if right now, in the most remote corners of the earth, there could be creatures hiding that we've only heard about in fairy tales? Today, you'll learn about the mysteries of the snowman. Is it a myth or is it really real? In different corners of the planet, it's called Yeti, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, but the essence remains the same. This creature makes people scratch their heads and get lost in guesses. Let's figure out what lies behind the legends of the ape-like giant with thick fur and try to unravel this knot of mysteries. The snowman is one of the most enigmatic beings on our planet. Let's dive into what lies behind the legends of the ape-like giant with thick fur and try to untangle this knot of mysteries. The snowman is one of the most mysterious creatures on our planet. It's known by different names. In the Himalayas, it's known as the Yeti. In North America, it's called Bigfoot, and in Canada, it's referred to as Sasquatch. These beings are described as huge, ape-like creatures, standing up to 10 feet tall, with massive bodies and thick fur. Encounters with them have been recorded for hundreds of years, from the Himalayas to Siberia and the forests of the U.S. In Russia and Siberia, the Yeti is called almast or snowman. Interest in this creature peaked in the 20th century when researchers documented strange footprints, hair samples, and eyewitness accounts from remote regions like the Caucasus, Altai, and Primorsky Krai. These findings continue to intrigue researchers. Scientists propose the snowman might be a descendant of the giant Pithecanthropus, extinct for millions of years. However, no convincing evidence has been found. Scientists suggest that the Yeti may be a descendant of the giant Pithic, who became extinct millions of years ago. But so far, there hasn't been a single convincing piece of evidence. What do you think? Could the snowman really exist, or is it just a legend? For now, the answer to this question remains a mystery. However, every new track or discovery makes us think. What does the wild really hide? The snowman is often described as an impressive creature with a massive build that exudes strength and power. Its body is completely covered in thick fur, most often brown, black, or dark gray, which helps it blend in with nature. The snowman's face is flat, with a broad shape and deep brow ridges, and its eyes are described as small but piercing and elongated. Strong arms resemble the limbs of ape-like monkeys, and allow it to move easily through dense forests or rugged terrain. One of the most notable features are the huge feet, whose prints are sometimes found in the wild. These footprints measure 19.5 inches and have unusual proportions, making them incomparable to human footprints. It's these kinds of footprints that often serve as the main evidence for the possible existence of the snowman. Some of the footprints show anatomical features that aren't typical for humans or any known animals. These features make the snowman a unique creature that evokes both wonder and fear, maintaining an air of mystery and intrigue. The exact number of snowmen remains unknown. Researchers believe that their population is extremely small, which explains the rarity of encounters and the difficulty in finding evidence of their existence. Reports of snowmen come from remote and hard-to-reach places. Tracks attributed to these creatures have been found in the Himalayas, at elevations of about 16,400 feet, where climbers have repeatedly spotted huge footprints in the snow. Strange tracks have also been found in the dense forests of North America, especially in the Rocky Mountains, in the states of Washington, Oregon, and California. Tracks have also been recorded in Russia, in the Caucasus, in the Siberian taiga, and in the Altai region, where locals often report finding footprints near hard-to-reach mountain trails. Supporters of the theory of the snowman's existence believe that these creatures avoid contact with humans, and their habitat in such isolated places reduces the chances of being discovered. However, skeptics emphasize that a sufficiently large number of individuals is needed to maintain a population. Thus, the rarity of finding tracks and other evidence continues to fuel interest in the snowman, leaving its population one of the biggest mysteries in cryptozoology. According to eyewitness accounts, Bigfoot have an omnivorous diet that is adapted to their habitat. Their diet mainly consists of vegetation, including berries and fruits that they can gather in the forests and along the edges, roots that they pull from the ground with their strong hands, as well as leaves and nuts available in their natural environment. Bigfoot don't only eat plants. They hunt small animals and eat fish from rivers. There are reports that they can hunt small animals such as hares or birds using strength and agility, and also feed on fish that they catch from mountain rivers or lakes, possibly with primitive tools or bare hands. This diet makes the Yeti exceptionally hardy and able to survive in the harshest conditions. Omnivorousness allows adaptation to changing food resources depending on the season and location. However, given the lack of direct evidence, the Bigfoot's diet remains a matter of speculation based on eyewitness accounts and finds that may indicate its lifestyle. Bigfoot is known for its ability to stay hidden, which is why its habitat is thought to be the most remote and isolated regions of our planet. These creatures, according to eyewitness reports, avoid human presence and prefer areas of wilderness where they are hard to spot. The Himalayas are one of the most famous places associated with the Yeti. These creatures, according to eyewitness accounts, avoid human presence and prefer areas of wilderness where they are hard to spot. The Himalayas are one of the most famous places associated with the Yeti. At high altitudes, where the constant cold and snow make survival extremely difficult, footprints have been found and strange sounds have been heard. In Russia, Yeti have been spotted in the mountainous regions of the Caucasus and Altai, as well as in Kamchatka. These regions are characterized by difficult-to-navigate trails and vast forests. In North America, Bigfoot are most often spotted in dense forests, Rocky Mountains, and the coastal regions of the Pacific Northwest in the US and Canada. The vast coniferous and mixed forests provide ideal conditions for shelter, abundant food, and protection from human influence. The Siberian taiga. Russian stories about the Almasty mostly come from Siberia. This area, with its harsh climate where winter lasts most of the year, is known for its low population density and untouched landscapes. This area, with its harsh climate where winter lasts most of the year, is known for its low population density and untouched landscapes. Caves and shelters. Some theories suggest that Bigfoot might use caves or dugout shelters for protection from the elements. They are found near rivers and mountain slopes, where there is access to water and food. Why such places? Bigfoot avoid contact with people, which is why they choose the most isolated corners of the world. These regions provide them with everything they need: food, shelter, and safety. The lack of human activity reduces the risk of detection and allows them to maintain their elusive way of life. So, Bigfoot lives in places where nature remains untouched, which makes encounters with him rare and adds to the mystery of his existence. The lifespan of Bigfoot remains one of the most mysterious aspects of its possible existence. If Bigfoot is related to primates like gorillas or chimpanzees, its lifespan could be 40 to 60 years, considering its size, endurance, and threats from disease and environment. If Bigfoot is a close relative of primates, its lifespan could be 40 to 60 years. This considers its size, endurance, lack of predators, and threats like disease and environment. Living in remote, harsh areas, Bigfoot likely has strong adaptive abilities. This assessment considers its presumed size, endurance, lack of natural predators, and threats from diseases and environmental factors. Living in remote, harsh areas, Bigfoot likely has exceptional adaptability, including finding food in scarce conditions and avoiding dangers, potentially increasing its lifespan. Some hypotheses suggest Bigfoot's isolated lifestyle reduces disease risk associated with human activity. This could include the ability to find food in resource-scarce conditions, as well as the skill to avoid dangers, which potentially increases their lifespan. Some hypotheses suggest that Bigfoot face fewer human-related diseases. Bigfoot might live long, but data is lacking. However, this could also limit their access to a diverse diet, which can impact their health. Even though there's no precise data, the idea that Bigfoot could live for quite a few years remains a logical assumption until science provides more concrete facts. Wool samples attributed to Bigfoot also attract the attention of researchers. The found strands have been analyzed multiple times in laboratories, but the results remain controversial. Some of the samples were identified as belonging to known animals, like bears, yaks, or deer that inhabit the relevant regions. However, some studies have shown deviations from known species, which gave rise to the assumption about the existence of a creature unknown to science. Skeptical scientists point out that the wool samples found could be contaminated or distorted due to storage conditions. Nevertheless, supporters of Bigfoot's existence consider these findings important evidence that needs further study. Both the casts and the wool remain key elements in the research surrounding the Bigfoot mystery, fueling interest and debates between supporters and skeptics. Bigfoot remains an enigma, and its possible origins spark lively discussions. Both the casts and the fur remain key elements in the research into the Bigfoot mystery, fueling interest and debate between believers and skeptics. Bigfoot's origins spark debates. Some scientists think it might be an unknown ape species. Some scientists suggest that it could be an unknown species of ape. This hypothesis is based on its descriptions: tall stature, long arms, thick fur, and feet that are significantly larger than human size. This hypothesis is based on its descriptions: tall stature, long arms, thick fur, and feet that are significantly larger than human size. One of the popular theories links Bigfoot to Gigantopithecus, an extinct giant primate that lived in Asia about 1 million years ago. Gigantopithecus was up to 10 feet tall and weighed around 1,100 pounds, making it a suitable candidate to explain the legends of Bigfoot. Some cryptozoologists suggest that a small population of Gigantopithecus could have survived in the remote regions of the Himalayas or Siberia. There are also other theories suggesting that Bigfoot could be an ancient species of hominids like Neanderthals or Denisovans that somehow survived to this day in isolation. Official science is skeptical about the existence of Bigfoot. Most evidence, like footprint casts, wool samples, and eyewitness accounts, is considered not convincing enough. Often, such findings are explained by natural phenomena or misidentification of known animals, like bears. Most evidence, such as footprints, hair samples, and eyewitness accounts, is considered inconclusive. Such findings are often explained by natural phenomena or misidentification of known animals, like bears. However, occasionally anomalies are discovered that leave room for hypotheses. DNA tests performed on wool samples often show that they belong to animals already known to science. However, anomalies are occasionally discovered that leave room for hypotheses. Skeptics point out that in today's age, with its advanced technology and widespread use of cameras, the lack of photographs or remains of Bigfoot significantly lowers the likelihood of its existence. Nevertheless, the interest in this mystery remains strong, and cryptozoologists continue to search for new evidence, hoping to one day shed light on the Bigfoot enigma. The origin of Bigfoot remains a topic of debate among scientists and cryptozoologists. One of the popular theories suggests that it could be an ancient species of hominids that managed to survive to this day. Such creatures could be descendants of Neanderthals, Denisovans, or Gigantopithecus, the giant primates that lived in Asia millions of years ago. Their adaptation to harsh conditions and remote regions might have helped them stay under the radar. Others believe that Bigfoot is the result of collective myths, legends, and perceptual errors. Supporters of this version point out that stories about similar creatures exist in almost all cultures, but they are often tied to mythology rather than real observations. There's also a theory that Bigfoot is a symbol of the unexplained, reflecting our desire to seek out mysteries and enigmas in a world where it seems like everything is already known. Reports of Bigfoot include photographs, videos, and even casts of footprints. However, many of them turn out to be hoaxes. For example, the famous case of Yeti footprints in the snow in the Himalayas turned out to be bear tracks altered by weather conditions. However, there are pieces of evidence that can't be explained rationally. In addition, there are video recordings, like the famous Patterson-Gimlin film, which cryptozoologists believe captures something that's hard to classify. The many contradictions make the Bigfoot one of the most discussed mysteries. While some continue to search for evidence of its existence, others see it as a vivid example of how myths can become part of our culture. Why are we so drawn to stories about Bigfoot? Bigfoot remains one of the most captivating mysteries of nature. What do you think? Is there a Yeti hiding in remote corners of the planet? Or is it just a myth that lives on because of our love for mysteries? Until science provides a definitive answer, Yeti will continue to provoke controversy, inspire, and stir the imagination. Maybe one day you'll find the evidence yourself. I hope you found it interesting to learn more about Bigfoot and its mysteries. Do you want to be part of a team that uncovers the mysteries of nature and creates exciting content? Join us. We are looking for talented people who can edit videos, voice over videos, or write engaging scripts. Message our Telegram bot. Let's share inspiring stories together that amaze and delight millions of people. Let's make the world brighter and more interesting.